sure one way or the other you have seen this girl on TikTok. Her trend is very popular. Everybody like knows her. And this trend is her facial expression that she made in court. Some people are mimicking her facial expression. And this song, Sweet But Psycho, is playing under every video, over every video that she's in, over this trend is this song because and many people are like saying that I'm seeing comments where they are saying that she's too cute to be here responsible for what she has done. Some people say they have a crush on her and blah blah blah. Some people say they cannot believe that she's a killer because she looks so beautiful, she looks so innocent, and her face looks like a model face, someone that could be represented as a model instead of a killer or murderer. I don't understand why it's that people think that certain people look like killers and others don't. They think that people who look attractive physically or people who are beautiful and handsome cannot do bad things. I just cannot understand that type of mindset. But that's what people were saying. Some of the commenters were saying that they have crush on her. She's so cute to be a killer, to be a murderer. She's so, she's attractive. She cannot do that type of things. That's what people were saying in the comment section on Twitter, and she became like a trend with this whole sweet and a psycho music, is which is also considered to be controversial because some people were saying is like it's encouraging schizophrenia, it's encouraging mental health illness and all of those things. But I don't know, many people did not dive into what really happened with this Isabella Guzman girl or what she did. Most of them are just based on this whole trend, and she's so beautiful. People are commenting all type of things that they like her, she's cute, she's attractive, and all that. Isabella was born in Aurora, Colorado, to Yumi Hoy and Robert Guzman. Isabella was born on June 9th, 1995. And she grew up in Colorado with her parents, Yumi Hoy and Robert Guzman. When she was 4 years, her parents went through a divorce, and Isabella did not like the idea. She felt like she deserved to have her parents together, and she just wanted them to be together as they were when she was a kid, or since she was born as they were together. But now her parents are divorcing, and she just did not like the idea. After a few while, Isabella's mom would then go on to marry a man called Ryan Hoy. And Isabella did not like this. She felt that her mother was taking her true father from her, or her mother wanted to replace her true father. But her mother would tell her that, I'm not trying to replace your father. I think her mother just wanted to carry on her romantic life. Some people divorce and they found love or they get married again. That's just a normal thing. But Isabella did not like this idea, and she grew an immense hate for her mom, and she grew so distant from her mother because she did not like the idea of her mom, getting married to another guy. She wanted her mom to be with just her father. And Isabella and her mom, the distance between them it grew so much. They were not that close. There were a lot of tension in their relationship. It's now August 2013, and Isabella has this tension between her mom and her. It has even grown so much. They were always having some kind of argument. This connection with her mom, it was so rocky. It was not a good one for a mother and a daughter to have. They were always arguing. They just did not get along. Since what happened in Isabella's childhood when her parents got divorced. Isabella also go on to bring a lot of boys at the house. Her neighbors would say that they will see a lot of boys sneaking in the house. And Isabella would just have guys coming over, leaving sometimes. It was just a normal thing to see different guys coming out. But the main thing that brought a strong argument between Isabella and her mom is when Isabella decided that she wanted to drop out of school. Isabella wanted to drop out of school, and her mom just couldn't understand because Isabella was so close to graduating. She was almost She was about to graduate from school. Isabella and her mom were good in so many arguments, and she became so aggressive over the time. She started to show signs of aggressiveness that she had not shown in her life. She became so aggressive that she even spat in her mother's face. One time they were having a heated argument and she spat in her mother's face. And on this, the day that everything took a turn from her for her mother was on August 28, 2013, when her mom woke up to a very terrifying email from Isabella that says something like, "You will pay for this." Yumi is now very threatened. She feels threatened. She doesn't know what to do. So she lets her now husband Ryan to know what's going on. She lets her husband know and she calls the police so they can try to scare Isabella up. Maybe if they try to talk to her, she will, be a little bit scared to not say certain things to her mom. And she also called Isabella's father to try to talk to his daughter and see if they can try to cut her off from all this aggressive and threatening words that she's saying to her mother. And after this morning, everything is down. Then the police came over, her father, everybody talked to Isabella, tried to scare her and tried to stop everything that she's trying to do. And everybody think that everything is okay. Everything is okay now. They have talked to Crystal, Isabella, she's okay. She's not gonna do those things that have scared her. But when Isabella's mom, Yumi, came home that evening from work, she met her husband downstairs or somewhere in the house, greeted him, like a normal day. And then she asked for Isabella if Isabella was anywhere around. And he said, "I haven't seen her. Probably she's in her room or she's out. I haven't seen her." Yumi went into the bathroom to take her bath. While she's in the bathroom and her husband is downstairs, her husband starts to hear like someone is snarking something. He hurries up, but as he gets there, he noticed that Isabella is entering the bathroom. He rushes towards the door and he tries to pull the door open, but Isabella, she also tried to fight him back, pulled the door towards her, and she locked the door. And she locked the door with her in the bathroom with just her mother. Isabella with a knife in her hand. Yumi's husband Ryan is freaking out. He calls the police. He calls 911. While the police are on their way, he rushes back to the bathroom. He runs back to the bathroom and he stands out. This he sees a pool of blood coming from underneath the door of the bathroom. After a while, the bathroom door opens and he sees Isabella standing there with a bloody knife in her hand, as if to say she just come from doing something weird. She's standing there with a bloody knife in her hand and her clothes that she's wearing, everything is soaked with blood. She passes by him and she just walks outside the house as if to say nothing just happened. She just gets outside and just disappears in the night. He goes to his wife. He calls the 911 again, the 911 person that he's on the call with. They tell him to give his wife CPR. He's trying, but his wife is not responding, and he's with her in a pool of blood. Her blood is everywhere. She's stabbed everywhere, and he's freaking out. I cannot imagine that type of experience to be there with someone who is your wife or loved one who is like drenched in blood with a lot of stabbing wounds on them, and you are giving them CPR, but that person just cannot wake up. They are not responding to anything that you are doing. While he's there, the police arrive and still they try to do everything that they could. The ambulance, all those first aid people that were there. But you don't, when someone is already dead, anybody can tell that you don't need a serious like surgery or those huge doctors. So she wasn't responding. When the police arrived on the scene, Yubi was already dead. She was unresponsive. Isabella had stabbed her mother to death and she has just disappeared in the night. Nobody knows where she has gone. When the police got on the scene, they identified that there was also a baseball bat in the bathroom. which they believe that Isabella had used firstly to hit her mother or beat her and make her to like be weak and then to become weak. And then Isabella had used the knife later on to stab her mother. After they did the autopsy, it showed that Isabella had stabbed her mother 79 times, which led to her death. The police wanted to find Isabella as quick as they can, and that night they searched everywhere in the backyard, they searched around the house, but they still couldn't find Isabella. They still couldn't see her anywhere. There was no sign of Isabella, and they tried to track some of her things like her phone, but she turned it off, so they couldn't find her. The next day, there was a call from nearby in a parking lot. People who live near this parking lot said that they had seen a dead body in a car and they called the police. So when the police came, they checked on this car, but it's like this dead body has disappeared. But I don't think it was a dead body, it was Isabella who, she was drenched in blood. Her mother's blood was all over her body. All her clothes were soaked in blood. So when these people saw this person in the car, they thought it was a dead body, but it was not a dead body. It was actually Isabella. And the police, she was in this car, right? So she couldn't have gone too far. So while they are looking for her, Isabella is quickly found outside this parking lot and she's arrested. Some people on the internet had gone over to blame Ryan Horst. They said Ryan Horst would have been more brave. He was supposed to fight Isabella to open the bathroom door. If he would have fought enough, Isabella was not going to be able to kill her mother. But at the end of the day, we were not there. And, you know, in a situation like this, it wasn't something he was expecting in the first place. When you're not expecting something, you don't, plan ahead for it. So he wasn't expecting it in the first place. And he, when you are living with someone in the same house, your friend or your daughter, because although he was a stepfather, but she was also like a daughter to him, you would not think to yourself that your daughter is able to kill her mother. So I don't think that came to his mind. Like, because now we've heard the story, so we know that she killed her mother, so she was capable of doing that, right? But in that movement, if it was you, would you think that Isabella, an 18-year-old girl, would be able to kill her mom, who have been with her entire life? That's situation and things that don't come to someone's mind at first hand. Isabella is now taken to court, and she's in the court. She's making weird faces, looking at the camera, pointing to her eyes, and that's when this whole trend started on TikTok. People started to repost this video with these Alpha Max song "Sweet But Psycho," because she's in this court, but she's making weird gestures. She doesn't look like she has remorse. She just looking at the camera, looking, giving her death a very like blank stare at the camera, and she's just making weird faces, pointing to her eyes, which is very weird and strange also as a person who has just killed their mother. And Isabella would then go on to talk about schizophrenia. First thing they said, she had past of mental illness, depression, and also schizophrenia. That is, she started to hear voices in her head. And her ex-boyfriend would also come up to say that Isabella started to talk about a guy named Sam, an imaginary guy named Sam, who she said that he is not happy that she is dating her boyfriend. Sam is not happy that she is dating her boyfriend. And this same guy was just an imaginary person. So Isabella was mainly mentally ill. She was suffering from schizophrenia, and she started to believe that her mother was somebody called Cecilia, and she had to kill this Cecilia person to save the world. Isabella saw her mom not as a mother, but she saw her as a person called Cecilia whom she had to kill to save the world. So Isabella needed help with, her mental state. And although she was wrong to do the mother, she was wrong to kill her mother. But the argument there and why people believe that it was based on her mental state. So Isabella was After the court appearance, she was taken to a mental hospital where she has been in for years until it was 2020 when she decided that she wanted to speak. Isabella said that she's okay mentally, and at the time that she killed her mother, she was not in a good state of mind, but she's fine now. She's not harmful to herself or to others, and she has been fully she is now fully well. She's not of any harm to anyone.
I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health. I was abused at home by my family for many years. My parents are Jehovah's Witnesses, and I left the religion when I was 14, and the abuse at home worsened after I quit. The fight with my mom was terrible, and I was injured in the process. I have the scars on my hands. I don't know if you can see or not. I'm not mentally ill anymore. I'm not a danger to myself or others. If I could change it or if I could take it back, I would.
But the thing about this trend about the social media, I just don't understand why is it that people romanticize killers, murderers, or people who do bad things like Ted Bundy and the other people. What's his name? Ramirez. People just the Zodiac killer. People just romanticize this type of men. Some women even see them as romantic people. Some women fall in love with them. Why is so romantic about someone killing another person? Why is so romantic about someone taking another person's life that people will go on to make trends about them? Some people will be like, this person is so handsome, this person is so beautiful, I have crush on this person. What is wrong with humanity? That's not something that we should be romanticizing. That's not something that we should romanticize. That's not something that should be seen as a trend. Those people deserve punishment. Those people, as good as some of them were even given death penalty, those people did something horrible. They literally took another person's life. They took multiple person's life. Some of these killers that have been romanticized on the internet, and people see it as a trend, trying to make it a look good, trying to make mental health or mental illness be a psychopath as a good thing to look at. It shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't be romanticizing these people. So, guys, this was the case of Isabella Guzman and what she did to her mother in August of 2013. If you like this video, you can leave your thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and stay tuned for more videos as I post true crime stories, murder stories, and just any entertaining stories that I found that I think will be good for my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.